People are like, covers, I'm in. I got you. I see how it is. I see how it is.
They look pretty cool. I was looking through them.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just going to have to tease everybody out for right now. Although
Yeah.
Vlad's here and he's like, I already have my cover. Why am I here? I get you, Vlad. I get you. I get you. Perfect. So I'll take it away here if that's okay with you, Carson.
Yep, works for me.
Right on. Awesome. Wonderful to see you all here today. So to kick things off here, what lies ahead? First off, I want to check in with all of you. Like, how's it going? It's been a minute since we all talked. Then I'm gonna run you through like what lies ahead for like the next 3 weeks, because the next 3 weeks are gonna be pretty big in terms of the moves that we're making. We're going to talk a little bit about citations, because that's sort of the last piece of the puzzle in terms of revisions. You'll all get to see your covers, and then we'll wrap it up here and be done. So first things first, go around the horn. What's one cool thing that's happened in your life in the past week or so?
Yeah, I can call people out. Well, I'll start first of all. I've been doing just a disgusting amount of revisions in the last few weeks. And it's been pretty cool to see it come together. My parents were some of my advanced readers, so it was cool to see their reaction when they first read it. That was probably the most exciting thing for me. But other than that, it's just been lots of hours of revisions. All right, we'll start with Samantha.
Hey, something exciting that happened to me. I think people are like really excited about the book coming out. I saw some family this weekend, and yeah, everyone just can't wait for it. I also had like a speaking event recently about my book, and people were really excited and could relate to like the grooming process. They had like never heard of it before, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, like I can totally relate to this," and that like was really cool for me.
Awesome, yeah, that's exciting. Great. All right, cool. We'll go to Vlad.
Cool. Hi. Cool thing would be probably almost finding a place to live in New York City, where I'm moving in a week, and then finalizing all the things with the book soon coming to an end.
Dang, good luck with that. That sounds cool.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Nico.
Yeah, actually, I had a speaking gig about a couple of weeks ago. Thanks to Brian. Like, I reached out to a couple of people who bought some of my books, and I went to go speak. So that was really cool. And one of them actually works for a company in town that they might want me to do my first corporate training for in regards to like marketing. So I'm like super pumped. Like, I just heard about that today, so we'll see what that goes. But that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Congrats. All right, awesome. We'll go to Julia.
Hi, so I've been kind of crazy lately. I just graduated college, so that's fun. And I got a job, so I've been finishing this book, finishing college, and preparing for this job. So it's been kind of crazy, but it's weird to think that I'm only 21 and all this is happening, so that's cool.
Yeah, congrats. That's awesome. All right, well, we'll go to Duran. You're next. Just one cool thing.
From guy Joseph Liu, who's like podcast I've been like watching. He's like a pretty famous podcast about like people with like career changes. And I kind of like emailed him just like telling him that like his podcast was like an inspiration and stuff like that. And if I could like kind of get like an excerpt or something from him, like hear something from him, and like he reached back out to me and was just like super willing to connect and stuff like that. So I have a phone call with him coming up soon this week, and I'm excited. Hopefully I can get him in the book somehow before it goes to layout.
Awesome. Yeah, congrats on that. That's great. All right, cool. We'll go to Will.
What's up, guys? Same sort of boat as Julia, just graduated, so having to deal with that and finishing up the book. But everything's going really well. I was able to talk to a really like a high up person at IBM who's running like the mindfulness initiative at IBM. So that was like really cool, and I'm going to incorporate her in the book. So that was the biggest moment.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. Exciting. All right, cool. We'll go to Jordan next.
Hey guys, I also graduated from college and I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited to use this extra time that I'm going to have to finish up the book.
Yeah, great. Yeah, congrats to all you that graduated. That's really exciting. Next we'll go to Allie.
Hi, yeah, I also just graduated. Not that unique or exciting anymore, but yeah, things have been kind of crazy with that. But I guess in terms of the book, I just started getting some feedback from what's it called? People I've interviewed, like the excerpts that I sent them that they're in, got some pretty positive feedback from them, so that made the whole process more exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. All right, great. We'll go to Kate next.
Hi, so I also just graduated, and I'm also headed out to California on Friday for an internship with Google. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I still have a lot to do on the manuscript revisions. But I thought they were due this Friday, and I just found out they're due next Friday, so that also is relieving. So yes, exciting all around.
Yeah, awesome. Cool, cool. All right, we'll go to Alex next.
Yeah, so not as cool as a lot of you guys, but I finished my sophomore year and my first year at Cornell, and just really trying to grind on the revisions before the due dates and everything now.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, cool. Then we'll go to Sierra.
Hi. One of my poems that was accepted to a poetry magazine was just published, and I got it in the mail, so that was really exciting. And two of my favorite poetry authors agreed to give me early praise, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty exciting. Awesome. All right, last but not least, we'll go to Zane.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Just grinding out revisions. I feel like I've done more in like the past week than I did all of like the last 2 months of school, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know that feeling for sure. All right.
Yeah.
Great guys. Yeah, it's awesome. All really exciting. Turn it back to Brian.
Right on. Fantastic. Cool, cool, cool. So now that that is done, what lies ahead right here? So for anybody who hasn't done the math, today is like the 9th day until copy editing. So like you have 8 full days until your manuscript goes to copy editing. So we're on the home stretch right here. This is it right here. Now or never, do or die. Let's make this one happen. You are all at the finish line, and I want to take the moment to like congratulate you all on making it here, because like this is the moment where it all comes together and it all happens, and it's a lot of fun and really magical to see happen. So knowing that, like, what exactly is going to happen over the next 3 weeks right here? A lot's going to happen, but as you'll see, it'll be very tactical, straightforward of what we need from you in order to make sure that your book runs on time for publication and all that fun stuff. So knowing that, like, what lies ahead? Well, first and foremost, we've been operating around 3 core dates since day 1. May 31st is when your book goes to copy editing. That's when all your revisions are done. July 1st is when we order the first physical copies of your book. And then July 27th is when you'll launch your book, where we'll have a launch event in New York City to celebrate that. So those are the 3 dates we've been orienting ourselves around. So knowing all that, then, like, what happens between now and July 1, like over these next 3 to 4 weeks right here? There are going to be 3 main things that are going to happen. And as you're going to see, it's going to be 1 activity per week. But each activity is going to require something from you in order to make sure the whole thing runs smoothly so we can go off without a hitch here. So the first activity, which I already have alluded to here, is copy editing. This is going to be the first thing that we're going to do in the next 3 weeks here. So for anybody who doesn't remember from bringing up the conversation about copy editing a couple weeks ago, back at the beginning of the journey, copy editing is where a professional editor goes in and they review your manuscript for grammar, spelling, overall polish. So that way on page 2, page 3, page 4 of your book, when someone picks it up and reads it for the first time, you don't look like a dumbass. You actually look legit and you look awesome and all that fun stuff. So that's going to be the first step of the puzzle here. I'm going to connect you to your copy editor via email, just so you know how that's what's going to happen. You're going to meet them via email. And you're going to get details about how to get your manuscript to them in that email. And that email is going to happen on the morning of May 31st. So when in doubt, May 31st, the morning of, is when you meet your copy editor, and it goes to copy editing. Again, May 31st is the day for that one. The second big activity that lies ahead here is you're going to actually get your manuscript back from copy editing about a week later, and you're going to have the opportunity to review your manuscript to make sure everything looks good and all of that fun stuff. So at this point, a week after you submit, so by about June 8th or so, you're going to get your manuscript back from copy editing. You're going to have time to review it, make sure it all looks good. If you have any last minute changes, tweaks, things that you want to do to your manuscript, this is the time. You're going to have 1 week to review your manuscript at this point. So depending on when in the morning, when in the day on May 31st you submit for copy editing, you'll have your manuscript by June 8th, by June 10th at the latest, probably a couple days before that. So you may have a bit more time than this. So the earlier you get it in, the more time you have on the back end. So use that to your advantage. There's really no benefit to waiting until later in the day on the 31st to submit. And during this window here, this is your last chance to make changes to your book. There will be no more changes to your book after this point. Once you go to layout, which is going to be the third activity here, the third in this sequence here, you are going to be done. Your manuscript is complete, no more changes, nothing. I want to be upfront about this so there's no confusion at all. But between now and when you go to layout, this is it. So activity number 3 is going to be layout. And in terms of this one, for anybody who doesn't know what layout is or what the concept of it is, what happens is a professional editor, they take your manuscript and they're going to create the layout for your book. Typically it's called typesetting, layout, formatting for your book. And really the way this one works is that way, to pick on, this book, Fully Alive by Tim Shriver, it's where they go in and they create the actual interior of the book so it can print, page count, all that fun stuff. And you can actually hold a physical copy of your book in hand come launch day. So that's the last step in the sequence, to make it an actual thing that you can print and actually publish. So for everybody here, you're going to be publishing your book in paperback and ebook formats. That's going to be the fun process right there. That's going to be what you're going to get from layout on this one. And then for anybody who also had a really successful campaign and is doing an audiobook, a hardcover, all of that fun stuff, details about how that process is going to go is going to come in June and July on that one. So nothing to really worry about just yet on that. Really, we're focusing on making sure we can actually publish your book in paper book and ebook formats come July 27th here. And when in doubt, the day that your manuscript will be in the hands of layout is going to be by June 15th. So by June 15th, your manuscript is going to be done, no more changes, nothing. For anybody who is of age, over the age of 21, this is when you want to go out, open up, a beer, or a champagne bottle and celebrate. Like this is the moment to celebrate of, oh my gosh, I'm done with my book, finally. Because that's when that one happens. So to bring it all together here, like what happens, what are the dates to know in terms of this 3-week sequence of next Friday, you're going to go to copy editing. The week after that, you're going to, have your manuscript and begin reviewing it one last time, make any last changes you want. And then by the 3rd week from now, you're going to submit it for layout. And that's going to be when you're done. And all of that's going to happen so that way come July 1st, we can order the first physical copies of your book. So come the launch in New York, you can have something to hold on to and be like, this is my book. This is awesome. Said all this, does this all make sense? Does anybody have any questions about any of this? Right on. Awesome. So now sort of that is clear. What should your priority right now be? Really comes back to revisions on this one, really. You're at the home stretch. You're at the finish line. You're going to get there May 31st. Let's do this one. That is your main priority. I'm going to be beating a dead horse, you'll be sick of me by the time this one's done, but really it's about revising, getting your manuscript done for copy editing May 31st. Because once you do that, you're like practically done. You're amazing. Like it's going to be over at that point. So you'll have won the game at that point. So congrats on that one. So seriously, congrats again to all of you for making it to this point, because revising your manuscripts is not the most fun things to do, but you've all been doing amazing work on this one. So really, hats off to you all for putting in the hard work and getting there. Home stretch, we got this. So knowing all that, then the last piece of revisions to share with all of you is citations. Doing your citations, the last step to finalizing the manuscript. Once you have this done, you're done. Your manuscript is good to go. Just like any college paper, just like anything you've ever done for a class, citations matter. Because at the end of the day, in case you did not know this, you own the rights to your book. And if someone says, hey, you didn't cite me, or hey, you didn't put in a good college effort on this one, that is an important thing to keep in mind here. And to quote Uncle Ben from Spider-Man here, with great power of owning the rights to your book comes great responsibility of making sure you do your citations and you do them well on this one. So to be straightforward about this, that's what lies ahead here. So knowing all that, here's how you will do them. You're going to do them in a Chicago-style format. And the way you're going to format any and all citations is there's going to be in the back of the book an appendix. That's what we're going to call it. Think of it like a bibliography or a works cited, for any paper you've ever done, but it's called an appendix in a book. And then you're going to have footnotes throughout your book. And in terms of that one, those are the rules that we're playing here in terms of publishing your book. So Chicago-style citations, end of book appendix, and footnotes is going to be how it's all going to be formatted at the end of the day here. So ultimately, you're going to be submitting your book for layout on Google Docs, and the reason you're going to be doing that is because it's actually really easy to do footnotes and citations in Google Docs. That's going to be one of the secrets of the sauce here on this one. So that's going to be how you're submitting your manuscript for layout eventually on June 15th, and also it makes it super easy to do citations and footnotes, so you're welcome on that front. That being said, you may be like, Brian, I barely know how to do citations, and my response to you is, you're right. I barely know how to do citations myself. I hated doing them for college papers back in the day. So there's actually a very handy-dandy guide that Carson is going to share with you right after the meeting tonight. Every detail you could want to know about how to manually format citations, all of that fun stuff is going to be available to you on Quip to use, as well as actual guides and tools and tricks to actually almost automate the process of citations, in terms of formatting them in Chicago style. Like if you want to do it manually, there's a way of how to do that, but then also how to use Google Chrome plugins to make your life a little bit easier on that one. But Carson's going to share with you like the full deep dive on that one after the meeting here. So if you're not sure how to do citations period or Chicago style citations at all, that one's going to be taken care of for you on that one. Knowing all of that, does anybody have any questions about citations? Cool. They're dry, they're not sexy, I get it, I know. And I know the reason you're all here is to see some covers. See some covers. So what I'm gonna do here quickly, And Carson's going to, in the background, do after I reveal each person's cover in the group here, because it's a group moment to celebrate. He's going to share you to your cover document and tag you on it so you have access to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pick down the list here of who I see, and go through some covers. So first one's first. I gotta show Carson because we teased him out at the beginning here of this one. So where is Carson's covers? Where'd you go, Carson?
It was on the left, second row.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So first and foremost, gotta share Carson's covers. What does his book look like? So let's celebrate.
It's pretty hype.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks sleek.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty exciting. It's like exactly what I wanted. So.
Almost like we struck gold on that.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta do the pun. Okay. Now I'm just gonna roll through the list here. Alex. I got a funny story for Alex. Alex's cover designer literally 2 hours ago was like, Brian, do you mind if I switch out the covers that Alex has here? And I'm like, sure, go right ahead. Go make your tweaks. Go make your tweaks. So Alex's cover designer came in clutch last minute, and made some additional tweaks to his covers. What Alex got?
Yeah, they're looking pretty good so far.
Those are looking good.
Now we got that. We got Allie. Where be Allie? There we go. Allie's first cover. Cool story. Allie painted this one. MBD. We got Allie right here. Any initial reactions, Allie? Not here.
Yeah, no, I'm processing. They're all very different, but they're some cool options for sure.
By the way, I'm adding you guys as Brian's showing you guys, so you can check them out as soon as he reveals them.
Then we got Sierra. First poetry book of the bunch. Any reactions, Sierra?
Yeah, I like the last one. That one kind of scares me, but I like the last one.
Oh, I forgot the fourth one. Might be the fourth one in there.
Shh, you can hear me. Sorry, that's my mom.
Oh, that's fair. Special moments. I like it. I dig it. We got Duran. He's already seen his covers, so I'm gonna show the cover that he ultimately went with. Going with. Unless I'm mistaken, Duran, that's your cover, is it not?
Yes, it is. That is my cover. Very happy with it. We were able to get everything I wanted, so.
Right on. Right on. Now we got Julia. Really excited about these covers. Except about all your covers. Cover number 1. Cover number 2. And cover number 3.
Oh, those are awesome. I love the first one, like, a lot.
Yeah.
I was about to say that one's great.
Yeah, the first one and the last one I really, really like. I like the vibe of them because I don't know. Those are cool. Yay. Thank you.
All right, I think your microphone's cutting out. Is it just me? Or
Yeah, no, I couldn't hear him.
Oh, you can barely hear me?
I can. Yeah, we can now. No, you're good.
That's annoying.
I think you're good now.
So, these are Kate's covers.
Yeah, I like them all. I'm excited to go through and pick one out for sure.
And we got the man of the hour, Nico.
We're all men and women of the hour.
I mean, you all are, but cover number 1.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Cover number 2. Second option for number 2. And then the third cover.
Oh yeah, third one looks pretty slick.
Yeah, this is hard. This is super hard.
Yeah. You'll have plenty of time to figure out what cover you want to go with on this one. So, plenty of time. And then then we got Samantha here. Who's got some pretty interesting directions. Cover number 1.
Wow, I can't believe how our ideas came to life.
Yeah. Smaller. Oh, we got side by side, even better. Boom.
See, I can't even I could have never pictured that myself, but somehow that's what I wanted, and that's so cool.
Yep. And then we'll show off Vlad because he's got a badass cover. Where be Vlad? There we go. There we go. There we go.
It's been 3 months since I saw it, so.
Yeah, no big deal or anything.
We went through a lot of revisions.
Yeah. But it's a very interesting cover.
That's
like
edit number 95.
We iterate, we make changes, it works. It's a solid cover. I dig it.
No, it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I'm just saying, Vlad, in hardcover. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. And then we got Mr. Will Lowry. Cover number 1. Cover number 2. Cover number 3. A second version of number 3. Number 4.
Wow, he did a lot.
Just take it in. Enjoy it.
I like it.
Yeah. Carson will share you to the doc so you can see them more in full. And for anybody else watching at home. And we got Mr. Zane going last here. Cover number 1.
Cool.
Number 2.
Yeah, I really like that one too.
And then number 3. And then number 4.
Nice.
All right, yeah, and no, I mean, I was really excited to see everyone's. I'm pretty pumped up about this. But I added all of you to your cover design review, so just check where I tagged you.
Yeah. So now
You
that
should all have it by now.
Yeah. Now that you have your covers, and you have them, now comes the fun part of actually getting feedback on your covers. So you may or may not have remembered when you created your pre-sale campaign, but you told everybody who pre-ordered your book that if you pre-order my book, you'll be able to help give me feedback on selecting my cover. And you do this for two reasons. One, you want to build, hype and excitement around your book. And then two, you want to be able to get genuine, real feedback to help test what your preferences are on the covers you got back from cover design. So on your cover design doc, you have instructions on how to create a survey using Google Forms, Qualtrics, SurveyMonkey, whatever platform you want to use. And now your objective in the next like 15, 20 minutes here is to create that survey, share your covers out to the people who pre-ordered your book, and begin to get that feedback. If you decide to use that feedback or not is up to you, because the results are going to be private, but that's the first next step right there.
Can we get revisions before we send them out, or we have to send them out first?
That's your call.
Okay.
But ultimately, you should at least create a draft of the survey, so that way you can just slot in your covers after the fact.
Okay.
So that way you can at least do your due diligence and say, hey, I said I'd do it in the campaign. Here's me doing it.
Okay.
So it says on the directions to like post on social media. Are we also supposed to like specifically email all the people who bought the book, the survey?
Do it just to the people who pre-ordered your book first, and then if you decide to do a second wave of it, like to get more feedback in a more public way after, that's when you can do that on social media.
Oh, I thought it said that in the directions.
Yeah, no, it probably did, but I didn't fully tweak things. That's on me.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was looking at something. So if because marketer is spelled wrong in one of my drafts, do I just make a note of that, or I'll set up the SurveyMonkey, but should I just make a note to my editor?
Yeah, no, you can tell your cover designer, hey, can you tweak that?
Perfect, thank you.
Of course.
When is our feedback to our cover designer due?
It's at the top of the document.
Okay.
Hey, Brian. So I see in the document you made a note about like if you want to set up a time to chat. But if we have a revision that we want made, should we just like go ahead and directly tag our editor? Or
Yeah. So
like,
so in terms of that one, in terms of grabbing time with me, that's purely if you're not sure of what to do or what to say in terms of getting feedback and you want to bounce ideas off of.
okay, cool. So if we know what we want to change, then we can just tag our editor in the document.
Yeah, you don't have to use me at all in terms of grabbing time. Purely just here if you want to talk it through.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Hey Brian, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a way we can get a list of everyone who pre-ordered our book? I know we got emails about it, but just so we know who to include in this survey.
Yes. Carson will share you details about how to get that email list to pull it out, to extract it. For now, just worry about the survey itself, like creating
Okay.
the
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give instructions in my after meeting message.
Okay.
How are people doing on creating the survey? They need a little bit more time?
I'm good.
Okay. Because what I think I want to do is I want to share with you, as you all have been going through this publishing journey together as a group, there's been another group who's going to publish their books on July 28th, also in New York. And I was thinking I might want to share their covers with you so you can see what, the class that you're joining with. Would people be interested in that? Samantha's like, yes, let's go. Let's do this. Okay.
Ryan, don't you also have a book that you're writing right now?
No, I'm not working on a book.
You're not working on a book?
I should, but I'm not.
Brian already published.
You feel inspired?
Oh, no, I have like 6 books that I could write. 6 books that I could write. But I think I know the book that you might be thinking that I would be, but that's not one that I'm working on.
Okay.
I can actually share that cover once I'm done here.
Cool.
Walking through these covers. So these are the covers. These 4 covers are already finalized for their books. Chris Webber is the author of Hired for Life, Miracle, the author of Purpose, Jillian, the author of Unlonely Planet. Fun story about her, she actually had a friend design her book cover. So that's her cover. And then Kate Johnson is the author of Pull Yourself Together. All about diversity in the workplace. And you got Amber Tang, all about data science and the Philippines. Great set of book covers right there. You got Mr. Ani Akpan, author of TV Killed the Internet Star. Pretty badass covers. Then you got Hardwired by Brandon Gustafson. And then lastly, you've got The New Invisible Hand. So this is the other group of authors that are publishing at the same time as you all, or at least in terms of timeline, publishing a day later. And they just got their covers an hour ago. So that's them for you. But the cover I think, or the book I think you were talking about, Samantha, is this book, Pause to Comfort, which is not a book I'm working on for like writing, but I'm working with another author, Jen Marr, who's working on this book all about mental health and comfort dogs. So that might be the book that you're thinking I'm writing, but I'm not.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. So that's that book. And those are all the covers. Or at least everybody who was here tonight. Everybody else who wasn't, they'll get their covers later. Not a punishment, but delayed gratification is what it is.
The number of people delaying publication from March makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Out of the people that you shared of July, like half of them were supposed to publish in March, right?
Yeah, a couple of them were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was the only one who delayed.
Nah. You were running for president, Vlad. Come on. You deserve to move. So those are covers right there. Everybody else who wasn't here will see their covers later. Again, the key dates, outline them. Carson will share with what this 3-week sequence looks like after the meeting here. You know how you're going to know how to do citations, and you're going to kick ass on them between now and June 15th. And then the last thing to do to make sure you do is to send out that survey to everybody who pre-ordered your book. So that way you can get feedback on them and do that part of the campaign that you said you would do. So all the instructions are going to be available on Quip, and Carson will message you all about it, but make sure you do those pieces. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Carson and I are more than happy to chat about anything.
Yep.
Any questions for the good of the order, or does everybody feel good?
Everyone excited? I'm excited. It's good stuff.
Quick clarifying question. I'm looking at the dates right now, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. So by May 31st, we select the one cover that we're definitely going with, but that's not the final cover, right? Like we still have between the 31st and June 5th to tweak it or whatever with our cover designer.
Yeah, you'll all you have to do by May 31st is select the cover you want to go with.
Okay.
And we'll have time to revise, make changes, do whatever back and forth you want to do.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Perfect.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
I was here on the last week meeting, and I was wondering, I was trying to find everything that I missed, but do I have to create the back of the cover, or is there something that I missed in regards to that?
Yeah. So what we'll do in the coming weeks here, once you submit for copy editing and your manuscript is put to bed, we'll talk about how to do author bios, book descriptions, and back cover stuff. That's coming soon.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I'm good on that for now.
Okay.
Perfect.
100% good.
Thank you.
All right, cool. I think that's all we have for you guys.
Yep.
All right, have a good rest of your week. Good luck on revisions. Let us know if you need anything.
Thank
You can close the meeting now. See you guys.
Thanks.